This is not... While you could make it across this in a four-wheel drive, this is not something I'm going to try on my bike. That's crazy, man. Hello, friends, and welcome to the channel. It is a beautiful spring day in East Tennessee, and I am super duper happy today. And I'll tell you why. I got a few reasons. Reason number one, supposed to be in the upper 80s today, and I am so sick of winter. I am ready for some of this good spring weather, and so I'm out doing me an adventure ride today. And that brings me to reason number two that I'm super happy today, and that is because of where I'm riding to. One of my favorite places in the Smoky Mountains is Cataloochee Valley in North Carolina, and it has been closed all the way up until today. Today they're opening up portions of it. It's been closed because there was significant storm damage to the area from Hurricane Helene and the subsequent flooding, but they are opening up portions of it today. And so I am going to be taking Cataloochee Turnpike, or Old Cataloochee Turnpike to be more specific, out of Waterville, and I'll take that into Cataloochee Valley. And I'm not going to be able to see everything. Like I said, some areas are closed, but I'm going to see what I can see. And the other reason that I'm pretty excited today is because I believe that finally, after tons of experimentation and trying one method after another to finally get some quality sound out of my setup, I think I may have figured it out. And one other reason that I'm happy, and this is actually part of the setup I think that's making the sound a little bit better, is that for the longest time, like, my main gripe with the Versys has been the short little windshield in the front and just the buffeting you get when you are traveling along at, a good rate of speed. So I bought this little windshield extension off of Amazon, and so far so good. I've actually been pretty happy with it. Today I was riding along at like 60 miles an hour. Ooh, that was a rough section. And I could actually hear the motorcycle, where in the past I've not been able to hear anything. Also, I traded in my in-helmet Bluetooth setup with some Shocks headphones. They sit on the side of your head, and they conduct through your skull bones, I guess you could say. And those have made a huge difference in just how much I've been able to hear in this helmet. And if I wore my I have some of those earplugs that you can put in inside your helmet that'll help protect your hearing, which I don't even know if I'll need those anymore now with this windscreen, because like I said, there's no buffeting. But if you rode before without those, your ears would be ringing by the time you got done. But long story short, these bone conductive headphones, once you had those things in, it actually made the headphones even louder. So I've been really happy with those. Shocks, SHOKZ. And like I said, super happy with this windshield, and super happy with the sun, super happy with this road that I haven't been able to be on. It's probably been almost a year now since I've been able to go to Cataloochee Valley, And I have started this way a couple of times, and they had roads closed, and I knew the Cataloochee Valley area was closed. So, man, I am stoked for this day. I love Cataloochee. It's one of my favorite places. There's elk over here to see. Man, it'd be super cool if I was able to see those today. I've done some filming of some bulls bugling here in the past, and man, it's just awesome to hear those things and to see the power in those animals. And really, that's how like this channel and my Instagram and all that got started. It was nature photography and mountain bikes and nature photography, and then it kind of turned into this whole motorcycle thing. But so I'm really excited to get back over here where I've had some really good experiences in the past. Along the way, there are some amazing views on this old Cataloochee Turnpike. Now, what I'm hoping is, so far so good on this road, but as I get closer, I know there are two bridges. All right, first of all, I know the Cataloochee campground is closed. It's not closed because of damage, it's closed just because they haven't opened it back up yet. But there are two single-lane wooden bridges that have to be crossed on this road. And I guess the main thing I'm concerned about is if there was flooding, did it do any damage to those bridges, and do they have been closed? That's something I'll just have to find out when I get there. I will say this, at both of those bridges, there are actually river crossings or creek crossings, and I have done those in my four-wheel drive truck, where you just drive through the creek. And it's pretty deep in places. As a matter of fact, the last time I did it in my truck, the water was up over the side steps just before coming in the bottom of the doors. So that was probably the deepest I've ever done in my truck, and I decided then I wouldn't do it again. But they had those closed last time I went through here in the truck. Like, they had moved huge rocks so that you couldn't drive down into the creek anymore, and I imagine that's still the case. And at any rate, the crossings were too deep for me to try to do on this bike. So I'm really, fingers crossed, hoping that these bridges over here are fine. They sit up pretty high over the river, so it would have had to have flooded a lot, I guess, for the bridges to be damaged. But we shall see. That's what I say all the time. I'm like, let's see what we can see. And I guess that's what adventure is, seeing what you can see. So that's what we'll do. Yes, the gate is open, so that means Old Cataloochee Trail is open. Oh, yes. This was one of the things I was worried about, is once I got over here, would that gate be closed? But it was open. Oh, the only weird thing is they have freshly graveled this road. Oh, goodness. Oh, turkey. This is like riding on... Look at this turkey. Hello, buddy. Turkey lurkey. Oh man, this is like riding on ice almost. This gravel is fresh. Man, I wish they had not graveled this road. I know they did that for the people in cars. Oh, this is making my life more difficult. Whoa. Oh my goodness. I hate gravel. So I think the one thing that I've learned about riding on gravel is you cannot panic. You're gonna feel your bike sliding. It's gonna feel at times like it's sliding out from under you. And if you panic and like jerk the handlebars or something like that, you are gonna go down. Kind of what I've learned is if you'll just sit back and kind of let the bike do its thing, it'll kind of carve its own path. And so you just kind of have to ride loose, I guess is what I'm saying. Yep. Back tire got to spinning there and it almost did go down. I had to stick my leg out. This is another one of those issues that knobby tires would make a huge difference on. I think if I had knobby tires, riding on the gravel would be much easier. One of my goals today is not to drop this bike, because you've seen me drop it in a couple of videos, and I don't want that to become an every video occurrence. So right here, friends, is the Appalachian Trail trailhead. Crosses right here. This is it's like Mount or Sterling Gap, I think is what they call it. Sterling Gap. So if you head up that way, it's a hike now, and it's a pretty rough hike from what I understand. You can go to Mount Sterling. I think there's a fire tower up there, maybe. And so yeah, it's pretty cool. And I've gone up that little road a little ways on my truck before, but it gets washed out really quickly, and then it gets pretty rough. I don't know. One day I might try that on my bike. Not today though, because I'm trying to get to Cataloochee. So let's keep going. How's this for a view? Woo! Another stupid gravel spot. This is one of the places that you used to could cross in your Jeep or four-wheel drive or whatever. And it looks like they've moved the rock. Walk over there and have a look. They've run a road grader down in here kind of smoothing it out. So I wonder if they've kind of opened this back up for people to use. But you see, this is not... While you could make it across this in a four-wheel drive, this is not something I'm going to try on my bike. That's crazy, man. I've actually gone across this probably 2 or 3 times in my truck in the past. See what this water feels like today. Oh, that's cold. That's cold. Fun times, fun times. So if you're interested, these are those shocks that I'm talking about. You can see how they don't go in your ear, they go in front of your ear, and they're bone conducting. So, look at this wooden bridge. Well now. Okay, so here's what's interesting. So you could get into the river from the other side if you were driving there in a car. But right here, this is where it comes back to the road. So you still can't access the road, even if you did that. So that'd be a bad idea, wouldn't it? Oh yeah, one of my favorite spots right here. Waterfall. Must take picture. Always a beautiful spot. Rough, but this is more like it. I really don't like riding along that cliff edge in this loose gravel. All it takes is the wheel kicking the wrong way, and you'd be in trouble. That's why for most of this you've seen me hanging over here closer to this bank. I'm just concerned about this deep gravel and sliding off the side, literally. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. This is another bridge down here. There was another crossing. It was right over there. They had rocks in front of it. Looks like it was closed too. Another wooden bridge. I'll show you, this is where that other crossing came out on the road. Right here, you can see that. And this is actually the crossing that I went across that was pretty deep the day that I went across it, and it was up to my bottoms of my doors. Well, we are technically in Cataloochee, the Cataloochee area now. There's a cabin right up here we'll stop and take a look at. I will say this looks different than last time I was here. It must have flooded pretty good. We'll just take a quick walk through the house. There's a little museum here as well. Yeah, this all used to be grassy. So I don't know if they've done it like this on purpose or if the flood did this. So these rooms that are like on the front of these houses, back in the old days, these were like guest rooms for, like, you know, when people would be traveling through. They'd have these rooms available. If they had a guest, they could stay in those. You see the old wallpaper. There's bedrooms upstairs. I've been up there before. If you want to see those, you need to come check this place out for yourself. I don't feel like climbing those stairs today. And it smells like bat guano up there. Little museum here. Tells the history of the area. Pretty cool, eh? Let's ride on into Cataloochee Valley.